What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to show you how to change spark plugs in my 2015 Yamaha FJ09. This should be similar to an FZ09 or MT09 because, well, same engine, just slightly different plastics. The job goes through all the same components as getting to the gas tank or the air filter, so I'm just going to describe them to you off the top. You got to get your top plastic, your side plastic, and your indicator plastic off. Then you got to get this gas tank side plastic off along with your two seats. Then the gas tank. It's all 4 millimeters to take off the plastics, and it's 4 millimeters at the front of the gas tank and 10 millimeter at the back. So get those out, lift your gas tank off, get the quick disconnect disconnected, and then the air box. You got to get the ECU out of the way, so just flip up the tabs, just shuffle the wiring harness out of the way, and then slide the ECU out. Use your Phillips heads to take off the perimeter of the case, and then you've got access to the top of the air filter. Take out the filter. That's where we're going to start. If you want a more detailed look on getting through the plastics, I've got another video I'll link down below, a thumbnail that looks like this. Might seem like a lot just to do spark plugs, but trust me, it isn't so bad. So let's get into it. These are all the tools you'll need for this job. I like to have 2 set of pliers, needle nose for getting these hose clamps off the hoses. You'll need a 4 and 5 mil Allen key, a 6 and 3 inch extension. It's preferable to have both, but you don't need both. You really only need this one. A 3/8 driver ratchet. You'll need the feeler gauges, a zip tie is really helpful, a 10 mil, and a Phillips screwdriver. It helps to have a multi-screwdriver just for finicking, moving things around. Also, the spark plugs require a 5/8 inch spark plug socket. Preferably you get one with a nice rubber inside so it pulls up the spark plug when it's loose. Oh, and a torque wrench is useful. And just like that, we got everything stripped off. We're at the same point as if you were to do an air filter. Now to get this off, we have some 5 millimeters here, here, and here around the perimeter of the air box. And then we have some Allen heads here. They're 4 millimeters that go around these rubber boots that go down to the throttle bodies. There's one on each pipe here. And then you've got a hose clamp over here that goes down to some PCV vent or something like that. Then supposedly there's another hose under this hole, which you'll have to get when this plastic case is halfway up. Let's get it. So here we are under the air box. This is your air injection solenoid. It basically lets fresh air into your exhaust runners post engine. And you can see we need to get out of the way because it's above the middle cylinder's coil pack. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Those are your 3 coil packs. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unplug it here and I'm gonna slide it off this post because it just slides off here like that. I think what my plan will be to either undo it down there or over here and then just sort of pivot it out of the way temporarily so that I can get number 2, 1, and 3 cylinders out of the way. One thing to note is that this leftmost cylinder, rider's left, the connection points down towards the radiator, so install it that way as well. All right, we're just trying to pop up the coil pack now. Just twisting it back and forth. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're up. Get this out the way, get this out the way. Easy. Just gonna try this little zip tie trick. I've just closed a zip tie, gonna hook it around and pull up. Close it a little more. Yeah. Oh my God. Sheesh. Now with all the coil packs out, I ended up taking off this hose here that comes off the left side of this AIS solenoid because it was just kind of in the way and it's easy to get off. So I ultimately just took off the right side hose here because I was able to flip this out of the way, and then this one because it was just in the way, as well as this one that comes off the top of the crankcase. One thing to note before you ever pull spark plugs is you want to blow off the surrounding area inside the hole here, like where the coil pack comes out, in case there's any debris sitting in the hole. You don't want it to get dropped into the cylinder when you take out the spark plug. I found the 6-inch extension and the 5/8 socket already dropped in there is a good combo. Just line it up, crack it loose, It just didn't quite have enough room with the 3-inch extension on top of the socket, so it's nice to loosen it with the 6-inch extension, then get back in there and work it by hand with the shorter extension. Well, and if your spark plug socket's bunk like mine, just take your coil pack, push it onto the spark plug, and pull it up. Now with your spark plug out, I only took out one because I'm just doing it for the video. The gap on the spark plug should be 31 to 35 thou. So get out your feeler gauges, whatever kind you have, measure them up, and it should be within. For your reference, this one came out of a bike that's been maintained by the dealership, and it was gapped to 35 thousandths of an inch, even possibly 36 thou, and it still runs great. The torque spec for the spark plugs is 9.4 foot-pounds when you reinstall them, and that's that. As for reassembly, drop in the spark plugs, torque them up, then get your air injection system hoses lined up and in the right spot and back on the peg, and then it's just a matter of putting the air box and everything back on top. Torqued. Alright, dropping the coil packs back in. You gotta feel them click when you get the push down. Yeah, that's pretty good. Give it a double hand push. Yeah, we're good. Alright, this hose goes on like this. Now with all our hoses back in place and our coil packs and spark plugs happy where they should be, I resituated this hose to be on top of this cable because that's the way it was when I took it out. Looks fine by me. We're gonna have to be mindful of this hose here and this one when we put on the lower half of the airbox because those are kind of tucked underneath. Other than that, just be mindful you don't have any dirt fall into your individual throttle bodies while you're putting the intake filter box on. Yeah, the sneaky link on the pliers through the window. Let's get it. Come on, come on. Oh yeah, that is the most clutch these pliers have ever been. Nice. These 4 mils on this bike, way better than the FZ6. This bolt on the FZ6, huge pain. You had to, like, I was good at it by the time I sold the bike because I'd done it so many times, but it was a pain in the butt. Really helped to have a wobble head Allen key for this kind of stuff so you can be at a misaligned angle with your tool just a bit, just for running the bolt in. Make sure your ECU wiring harness cable bundles get back in the little slot that's designed for them in the airbox. When you've got your fuel line back on, make sure you push this orange clip up into place. If it's exposed like this, that means you can take it off. You can press on the blue tabs and squeeze it off. And like that's not gonna happen under the bike just randomly, but the best way to have it is clipped on. Make sure it's squeezed all the way this way, and then push the orange tab in place. Don't forget your other connections, and you're done under the tank. And that's a wrap on doing the spark plugs in my 2015 Yamaha FJ09. If this video helped you out, smash the like and subscribe button down below because we got more CP3 Yamaha FJ09 content coming to you soon. All the torque specs will be down in the description down below, as well as the spark plug model number, the gap, and everything you need for that. As always, thanks for watching and have a good day.